Hello and welcome to FX Addicts Weekly Market Analysis. This is Tim, the Currency Professor, and today is December 21st, 2012. We're winding down the year here, and we do have some movement today. The euro's falling off, the pound is falling off, dollar is rising. So overall, a little shift in what we've seen in the last week, 2 weeks. And looks like we might have a little bit of a turnaround, at least temporarily, in the euro against the dollar. Today we're down about 67 pips, and we got these two little spiking highs here from the last 2 days, which is usually an indication of a turnaround. The question is, how far will we turn around and how far will we go? Well, technically speaking, we could fall back to about the 131 level initially, and then ultimately we could get back to down here, which would be about 129 even, 128.90 area, somewhere in there. That would be an extreme for it to reach. Now on a weekly basis, depending on how we actually close today, we still got a couple hours to go, but depending on how we close, this could be a turnaround or just be a little bit of a correction in a little bit longer uptrend here. But the way we're closing, the way we're looking right at this moment is, if we closed at this point, it would still be somewhat positive, although not entirely positive for a move back up. Now, if this were to turn negative and close negative on the week today, then that would be negative for future movement. We would probably turn around and go back down. On the monthlies, well, monthlies still look fairly strong. We're well above this this upper channel line. So it does look like we're going to run higher, about to 144, 145, depending on how long it takes to get there. So longer term still looks positive, shorter term negative. And on the pound, kind of the same story there. We're down about 111 ticks, so really falling back quite harshly today. Again, kind of a same setup here, a little bit of a turnaround. On the weeklies, well, again, depending on how we close, we could be either negative or positive. The fact that we're negative at this very moment with this good tail leads us to believe that this is not going to be any type of sustainable rally, and we're going to probably fall off from here and probably get down to this trend line, which is down now at 157. So longer term, we look here, this is the third time that we've been up in this area, and now that we're failing is not really good. So we got about 7 trading sessions left with the holidays, or 6 trading sessions with the holidays, that we can finish out the month positive. The question is, how positive do we end the month, and where do we go from here? Well, this kind of pattern that we're in right now, even if we were to close right where we are, is not exactly a positive pattern. So technically speaking, we're probably going to sell off from here, get down to about the 157, and that would put us down here on this trend line the 4th time, which would mean we're probably going to break that. So longer term, this is really looking weaker and weaker. US dollar against the Swiss franc, nice day today, up about 62 pips, bouncing off the bottom, kind of just the opposite of what the euro against the dollar is. So we got these 2 spiking days down here, usually indicative of a turnaround. So more than likely we're going to rally up, and we'll rally up to just about this level up in here, about the 92, 92.20 area, and then probably fall back and test this low. Longer term on the weeklies, well, we got a nice little spike down. It just depends on how we close the week out, close the day out today. So if we do have a positive closing, that would be good. Then we'll rally from here a little bit and get back up. And on the monthlies, well, we've talked about this many times if you've listened to that, we really look for this month to be a down month, and then next month for us to really rally up into the new year here, January and February, and probably get up above 100, 101 area, and would close out those 2 months up there. Start to creep our way higher now and start pulling in this upward trend. US dollar against Japanese yen, down a little bit today, down about 23 pips, kind of consolidating. We made some new highs this week, and now we're consolidating the last couple of days. Still looks very positive though. We got stochastics kind of pinned up towards the top. They're a little bit overbought, but technically we're still looking very good. We could consolidate in this area for about a week or two, and then beginning of the year really rally up. And the Ichimoku looks very good. So overall, we're very positive. On the weeklies also, we are down for the week. We're negative for the week, which is not exactly great because we bounced up here, kind of gapped up there for the week. Stochastics are pinned against the top. So there is a possibility that we can fall back here. Depending on how we open and trade next week, we'll have a big determination as to how this plays out over the coming weeks. And on the monthlies, well, we're ending the month, if we were to end right here, very strong note. So again, we still have 6 trading sessions left in the month. Most of it's holidays, but still a lot can happen even though it is holidays, especially because of the thin trading. So we would really need to close a little bit above this. If we could close up around 85 for the month, that would be outstanding, and this market would still be very, very strong longer term. Euro against the Swiss up a little bit today. We're up about 10 pips right now, back up to above 120.80, and doing very well. We're consolidating here, really looking like we're probably going to take off out of here, and still looking for it longer term to get up to that 124 area. I really think it'll probably do it within the next 6 months the way it looks, and it could be quite a violent move up to that. So we're really looking for consolidations like this, and then big bursts up 100, 150, 200 pips, and make our way up that way. Euro against the yen, well, down a little bit today. We're down just about 86 pips. Now we had a gapping here on the weeklies. We ran up, we've traded it around up here, and now we're coming back down. So that is not exactly a great sign. And if we look on the weeklies here, we got a negative week started. Again, we bounced up just like we did on the US dollar against the yen. So it's not looking 100% great, especially if we come right back down next week and trade below this next week and open and close, just below and then trade down. That would not be positive at all longer term. Now on the monthlies, monthlies look very strong. We're well above this this trend line that goes back 4 years, and looking very, very good. So we close here on the monthlies, looks very positive, and we have this kind of V-shaped bottom forming here. More than likely what will happen is then we'll trade around this way within the same range that we traded back here. We'll trade over here, kind of a symmetrical forming for the next 8 to 12 months, and then we could rally up from there. So there's a lot going on there, and we had originally anticipated this to really sell off, get down in the upper 80s, lower 90s. Right now it's not looking like that's going to happen. It looks like we probably got our lows in down around that 95 area, and unless this turns around very quickly, or next month turns around quite violently and goes back down below 100, could we even say that that's a possibility. So right now it looks very positive, and it looks like we could bounce around in this area and lower down to about 100 for the next several months, and then move back up. That would take, though, again, a much longer term view. That is it for this week. Hope you enjoy your holidays, and we will be back next week with an update, and that'll be the final for the year. So I'll go into many different things for the year end, so that we're looking at the full picture going into the new year. Any questions, please visit fxaddicts.com. We'd love to speak with you or talk to you about anything related to currencies or even interest rates. Thank you very much.